All right, guys. So I'm just gonna share really quick about a spiritual experience I had a couple years ago. Viewer discretion is advised. If you are not spiritually strong, I advise you to not watch this video. So, all right, 2 years ago, um, I was in a very, very dark place. Um, I I was experimenting with stupid, but I was experimenting opening my third eye, the pineal gland, and I'm a Christian, but I've never really, um, I didn't know that opening your third eye was a bad thing. Um, I I was watching YouTube videos on it, and I just thought that it would make me stronger spiritually, and I was a moron because I didn't really understand it and what it could do. So I did it, and what happened was for 3 days straight, after after listening to videos on how to open my third eye and whatnot, I did that for several weeks, and yeah, some really crazy things happened. So it all started one night. Um, I was in my room and I was watching or no. I was about to fall asleep, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, like I heard noise outside, and it looked like outside was on fire, and everything was getting really, really hot, and it felt like the earth was moving, and we were the ground was moving, going down, and everything was on fire, and everything was really, really hot, and I I I literally, the only thing that I could think what was going on was the rapture was happening, and I told my dad. I was like, Dad, it's going down. It's going down. It's happening right now. And my dad didn't understand what was going on. And so I go outside, and the the only thing I can the only way I could describe it was the earth was going down, and we were all going down into hell. Um, and I it's so hard to explain. How do I explain this? Okay, so that was happening, and I was praying, and I was praying for God to just take us, and I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And all of a sudden, in the ceiling, this bright light came from up above, and I saw everyone that I loved, and everyone that I loved was in heaven. And it, like, I saw my son up above, and he was like, Mommy, Mommy, come here, Mommy, Mommy, come here. And I was like, I'm coming, baby, I'm coming. And gosh, this sounds so crazy. And I didn't understand why I couldn't go with my son up in heaven. And I was like, God, why aren't you taking me? Why aren't you taking me? And I go into the living room, and all of a sudden I'm I look at my feet, and my feet weren't my feet anymore. Um, I became this, I don't know, this being. And as I was walking, I could see my footsteps, and in my footsteps, I would in my footsteps there was like I was um, I was tracking like diamonds, like diamond dust, and there was dust like all over my footsteps, and I became like this supreme being. I became the soldier of God, and God wanted me to stay here to help the world with the rapture, to fight Satan. And um, I couldn't. This is so hard to explain. Oh my gosh. Um, so I understood what I needed to do. I had like God gave me instructions, and it was like I was seeing these instructions in like a language that I have never seen before. It was like written, not written. It was like a screen on the floor that was playing in a language that I've never heard of or seen before, and there was like diamond dust all over it, and like I realized I don't understand how I knew how to read this language, but I was reading this language and God was giving me a task on what I needed to do. Um, so I understood like I couldn't go to heaven. God made it so that I had to be here to because I was a soldier of God, and I needed to this is where I needed to be for the rapture, and for the end of days. um, and I needed to fight against evil. Oh, so during this time, it's all really blurry to me right now, and I still don't really understand it. Um, so during this time when all this was happening, as it was happening, I was seeing these demonic things. I was seeing dead people. I was seeing these demonic beings. And okay, I'll show. So I'll just explain it right here. So this is my living room. Let me see. I can't do that. Okay. So this picture right here, um, this is one of the first things that I saw. I noticed that the lady in this picture, she was gone from the painting, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Um, so I was just trying to figure out like what was going on, and every time I would look at this painting, the next time I looked at this painting, I saw this lady. I don't know if it was her, but it was this lady in a black dress, and she was standing right here, and I was just like, what's going on? And every time I would look at the painting, the lady would move, and then she would be on the windowsill, and then she would be out of the painting. And by that time, I was really freaking out, and I just didn't understand what was going on. And then, um, and then I was looking outside my window, or outside the back door, and these I was seeing angels, and I was seeing all these weird things in the sky, and I almost saw like it was like a dome. Um, it was like a dome in the sky, and I saw these giant, huge beings looking down at me, and they were laughing. And I know this sounds just insane. Um, they were looking down, laughing at me, and I was fighting them with the Holy Spirit, and this is a lot. It's been 2.5 years, and I still don't know how to tell this story without sounding like a complete crazy person. So I was seeing all of these beings outside, and um, just things that I've never seen before, and I can't even begin to describe. Um, my dad was scared for me. He thought like I was having a mental breakdown, and he was trying to get me to come inside and calm down. And um, so in this chair right here, I thought Dad had someone come over because there was a man. Can you see it? So there was a man sitting in the chair, and my dad was talking to me, trying to get me to calm down, and I was like, okay, but can you please get your friend out of here? Like this is serious stuff right now, and this is really inappropriate. And he's like, what friend? And then I looked to the guy, and then he started smiling and laughing, and then he disappeared. Oh my gosh, this sounds so crazy. So so I, so this stuff went on for 3 days straight. Okay, 3 days straight. I don't think I got any sleep the whole 3 days that this was happening. And um, on the second day, whew, the second day was something. Um, so the second day, I was still seeing all these things, and I wasn't scared because I knew that God was protecting me, and he was giving me like this supernatural strength that I could not be harmed by any of these things. And the second day I came face to face with the devil. No joke. Face to face with the devil. And he came in two forms. The first form was of a person. He was bald, and he was attractive looking. And the thing I remember most about him was his eyes. His eyes were a color that I have never seen before. They were almost like they were like glowing and almost on fire. And he was talking to me. I couldn't understand. I couldn't like communicate with him verbally. I guess I was communicating with him telepathically. I don't know. And I had no fear of him whatsoever. Actually, I was like, bring it on, because God was protecting me, and God was telling me exactly what I needed to do. And I told him that he had no power here. He was not going to win. He was wasting his time. And so for the next 2 days after that, he would just be out my window, and he was just staring at me all day and all night. He was just staring at me. The devil came in another form when I was outside. He was at least 20 feet tall. He looked like, he looked like a bull. He had the horns, and he was red, and he was 20 feet tall, and I could see him like charging at me coming from the mountains, and I wasn't scared. I was like, so I was basically in a spiritual battle with him and all these demonic beings, and they were trying to conquer my soul. They were trying to kill me, and I didn't let it happen. I just stood strong in my faith, and I didn't understand what was going on or why. I still don't, but I'd be a fool not to tell what I went through. Um, so just so much stuff took place. I don't even know. I just don't know how to explain what happened to me, and I don't know how to explain why. Um, let's see, what else? Oh, okay. So as all this was going on, I was in a spiritual battle, and I could see, I could, okay, so I'm going to explain the different entities that I saw. Um, there was, there was one demonic thing that I saw many times. He was kind of like a higher up power, and this thing was half human, or I don't even know. I guess half human, half bull. Um, all black. Um, very hairy. Uh, but it had human. It had like the face of a bull and human. It had like human facial expressions, and I remember it wanted me to come with him, and um, and I was just in a spiritual battle with this thing for days, and yeah. Let's see, what other things did I see? Mm, I saw, um, I saw aliens, or they're actual fallen angels. Um, they, I don't know how to explain this without sounding crazy. So, in the spirit realm, which I was seeing, um, these things, um, every night when I was in my car, I would see I would see like different aircraft. They were like vehicles, but they were like vehicles, and I was like seeing like aliens in space uniforms, and I was seeing them like pull equipment throughout the area, and they were just watching me to see what I was doing, and um, the aliens that I saw, they were like, they look like what they look like on movies, only they were like gray. They had the big heads. They were small. And they were speaking in English. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know this is crazy. I don't really know how to better explain this, so I guess I should, I don't know. I'll make another video once I can further explain better. I know this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If anyone has experienced anything like this, please talk to me and let me know your experiences so I don't feel so crazy. Um, so much stuff happened in that 3 days, but so after after I stopped seeing things, when all of it was done, you guys need to understand this happened for 3 days straight. I had no sleep, and my body was so physically just exhausted. I could barely even get up to go to the bathroom. I was It took me weeks to recover after that. Physically, it took me weeks to recover after that. I was so exhausted, just mentally, physically. I swear I was on the brink of death. And I haven't been able to explain it. My dad was, you know, like something happened to you spiritually. Um, he's my dad. He knows me well. He knows I'm not crazy. I'm not schizophrenic or anything like that. I've never had anything like this happen to me before. I've never seen, I mean, God's giving me visions, but I have never seen in reality the spiritual realm, and that's exactly what I saw. I can't really make sense of it, why the Lord had me have this 3-day vision. I don't know. um, God never gives you anything that you cannot handle, and that happened to me for some reason, and I just wanted to share that with all of you. So please subscribe, share, comment below. If you guys have any insight, or if anything like this has happened to any of you, please let me know. I'm trying to make sense of all this myself. Um, like I said, I'm not crazy. I'm a very intelligent woman, and let's make sense of this together. All right. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Nicole, and I will speak with you guys soon. Bye.